there everyone. As you can see,
not the bush tracker.
This is not the bush tracker, and also it's a little bit messy right now, but that's life when you're living in a small space. We are actually at the Levi Holiday Park in Adelaide, and as you can see, we're in a cabin, not the bush tracker. It feels a bit weird, doesn't it?
Oh, a little bit, but we've been here a few days now, kind of getting used to it.
Oh, yeah, a little bit weary. City life and us, I'm not sure it really gels. But we are in the city for the week because we have quite a bit on this week, and we did toy with bringing the bush tracker. But for those of you that probably saw our last video, which has gone a bit bonkers actually, because it seems like everyone loves drama.
Thanks for watching and subscribing.
Yeah, thanks for watching and subscribing if that's you that's been watching our little flooding drama. The caravan actually flooded, and we just decided this week it was all too much to bring it. We're leaving it, we left it at home. We've got everything open inside still, everything's drying out. And we actually had only just got the Ram back from Mildura as well, because we've had a few ongoing electrical issues with that, haven't we? Are they any closer to being solved, Aidan?
They're narrowed down, but
it's narrowed down.
It'll be the next time. Hopefully, it'll be resolved.
Yes.
But because of all the plans, we don't have time to leave it there.
Yeah,
with him for another week or two, so we had to pick it up when we could.
Getting there. But the point of talking to you today is to say, here we are. We're not in the van. We're running around the city like, I actually feel like headless bloody chooks, because it's enough for our brains anyway, but we have a lot going on here. So
it is a bit easier driving the Prado than the Ram around the narrow streets and parking.
Yeah, so we bought Bronze Betsy, which is technically my Prado, our city car. So it's great actually to be using her and doing all of that. But for those of you that don't know, I actually have two young adult children, and they live in or near the city. My daughter is an artist, so she's actually been working really hard on an exhibition, so I'll pop a little picture of some of her work up here. And the exhibition opening night tonight is in the city. We're in the city for many reasons, because we do live rurally, as our home base is rural. And if you want to see, if you're getting older like us and you want to see a specialist or do any of those things, then most of the time we have to come to the city.
And we needed a few shopping things for...
Yes, I'm not sure there's much room left in the car to get. We've been buying a few things, because that's the other thing about where we live, is we generally buy stuff online because we can't actually get to the shops. But when you can get to the shops and you can actually feel things and see things, it's, we don't actually buy stuff for the sake of buying things, but there has been a lot of things that we've needed. So it's been hectic. We do want to bring you an update on the van and what's coming up next and where we're at with all of that, but we just don't have time this week. But all we can tell you about the van is Bush Tracker have been amazing. Aidan's replumbed the hot water service. All is looking good at the moment. I never wanted to know what a John Guest fitting was, and now I know, and I never want to hear about another one in my lifetime. He's replaced that. And yes, it's a matter of...
We bought a few spares.
Yeah, he's bought all the spares and things. So we're just letting it all just sit at the moment, dry out, periodically having the heater on and off. So anyway, the point of this video is to show you where we're staying. It's Levi Holiday Park. It's in Walkerville in Adelaide, and it's literally only about 5 kilometres from the city centre. Totally... You better lap this up while we're here, because you will rarely see us staying in a spot like this. It's on the River Torrens. It's got a beautiful bikeway and linear path that you can cycle straight into the city. A lot of people don't know about it. So they've got great cabins here. It's pet friendly. Don't know about the cabins, but definitely if you bring your van or if you're camping, ensuite sites. there is a dog park out here. There's a little playground for the kids, and you know, it is tight. We actually thought about, well, do we bring the van? We just didn't
There's
know
a few spots that would fit.
what to do. We stayed here a few weeks back, just overnight in a cabin, and we thought, oh look, we'll bring the van back. But so we kind of did a scout around and worked out what sites we could get the rig on, because in a tight caravan park like this, it's not just fitting your van on. Obviously in our case we've got the Ram, and that takes up a little bit of space, a bit more than your average. So that's not always easy, is it?
No.
So there was what, 3 or 4 spots that
Yeah,
we
about
could have got the van on?
Without too much hassle. We could probably get him in a few more, but then you're relying on someone not being parked across the way from you. And
Yeah, it's because, you know, the issue isn't really getting onto the site, it's that the sites are quite tight, so that if someone's on the site opposite you, have you got the space to be able to manoeuvre and reverse your van in? Now, the Ram together with our van is about 16 metres.
Yeah.
That's about 15 and a half, 16 metres, which everyone goes, oh, easy, mate, easy, we can do this. But, and yes, you can a lot of the time, but not if you're actually having to reverse in on an angle, and depending on where the other people are placed in the caravan park. So we just thought we'd show you a quick look around this park. For those of you that want to get into the inner city of Adelaide, highly recommend it. But obviously have a discussion with them about the size of your rig before you come in, and don't ever expect to come here and it's not busy, because I'm pretty sure it would be busy most of the time because of the location. So come with us and we'll show you around. Okay, so this is the little cabin that we're staying in. It's a little studio cabin, perfect for 2 of us. There's a row of them there, all very new actually, and very reasonably priced compared to staying in the inner city. And then just across here, there is a gate that takes you through to the, well, I guess this is a park where the kids can run wild, or otherwise the dogs. There are lots of people, locals here, walking the dogs, doing the doggy thing. There's some tennis courts down there in the distance. And there's a little fenced, which is really important for the little kiddies, a fenced playground. And they are just redoing the entrance to the caravan park at the moment. So at the minute, it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy when you come in. But once the new entrance is done, I think that'll make things a lot easier, don't you, Aidan? Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, guys and girls, not a huge amount of room. I don't usually, you know, dwell too much when there's other people with their vans here, but it just gives you an idea. Little ensuite sites, there's quite a few different ones of those. And down the end there you can see the bigger cabins. As you can see, it's all quite leafy. This is the bigger cabins here. So there is something for everyone really, but everyone's sandwiched in. If you're like me and you like checking out nature, check this out. From little things, big things grow, they say. There is the most magnificent Moreton Bay fig in here. And for those of you that are familiar with Adelaide, you'd know that they have plenty of these in the back of the Botanic Gardens and the Adelaide Zoo. But they are just amazing. So many years to get to this. Aren't they gorgeous?
yep.
The way they just stretch out. Beautiful. Okay, so then you come out of the caravan park.
One of the entrances.
One of the entrances, down the cabin 1 actually. And you just walk down these stairs and you're on the linear path to head into the city, which is actually really quite specky at the moment. You do want to have your wits about you if you are walking on this path we found in peak hour, because it's a dual bike and pedestrian pathway. So got the River Torrens here, which actually looks like it's been flowing pretty fiercely of late.
There was a bit of rain last week.
Yeah, and then you can just head down. You can go either way. The Oban bus runs along here as well. But
Well, up above it.
yeah, up not obviously not here, but head about, I think it's about between 5 and 6 k's. If you just follow this path, you are going to end up in the city centre. So all in all, pretty good spot to stay if you have to be in the city. You can get a little dose of serenity. Believe it or not, Aidan doesn't believe me that koalas exist, do you, Aidan? Because
I see the signs for them.
seriously, so much koala poo along here, but do you think we can find a koala? Hey?
Keep promising me.
Yeah, there goes the bus. Can you see it? Up there? No, probably not. Anyhow.
But it is relatively quiet considering it's in the city.
Yeah, we've been so surprised, haven't we?
Yep.
Considering where we are, there's very little traffic noise. It's been quite surprising. We seem to be in this little pocket where we're not hearing a lot. We can obviously hear sirens, you know, if that happens, ambos or emergency services. Depending on the wind and the wind and weather directions, we are getting the overhead flights coming past, over. But you know, whatever, you just get used to that. But in the actual cabins or the park, it's actually really quiet. So yeah, I think if you have to be near a city, it's actually a good spot to be.
And very convenient for ducking out to shops and everywhere else that we've been going to, and appointments. Everything seems to be 10 or 15 minutes rather than an hour.
Yeah, like when we've been here, when we've stayed in the what we call the city before, because I'm an ex-Adelaide Hills girl, we tend to stay in the Adelaide Hills, but then you're having to spend a good, depending on the time of the day, anything between 20 minutes and an hour to get down to the city if you do want to go and do things down that way. So, you know, it's all about compromise, isn't it? Aidan? I don't lie. Look at this, everyone.
You say it's koala poo?
It is koala poo. You're talking to a girl that lived in the hills for like 25, 30 years. Watch out, there's a cyclist coming behind you. There is koalas here.
Yeah.
Almost in the city centre. It's a little bit crazy, but at the moment, they elude you. They're shitty, all right.
They shit here?
They shit here. They don't sit here, they shit here. Oh my goodness. One day we will find this Irish man, a koala, just, you know, sitting in the tree, waiting to say hello to Aidan the Irishman. Hut 2, 3, 4. Aidan? Hey? Come on, you're training for the Red Centre, remember? If you feel inclined, guys and girls, you can take a dip. Yeah. No thanks.
I'm not sure.
Not in the middle of winter. Not in the middle of winter in Adelaide, hey? But when we just walked out, I didn't film it because there was little kitties in there. Crazy. Don't you think that's crazy?
Yes.
I can only imagine how cold it must be. And the grey building just across there is the camp kitchen. It's really quite nice actually. And this big cream building here is called Vale House. I think you can actually stay in there if you wish, can't you? If you're like us and don't have your van right now. So, guys and girls, I'm just going to tell you why we're really in a cabin and not in the van, because I couldn't have enough room in the van to squeeze into my Bridget Jones knickers up to here. Yes, reality. That's what girls have to do when they get over 50 and they, you know, want to try and suck it in. So I'll be sucking it in all night. That's the reality. Imagine trying to get in. Who knew? Who knew that I actually owned a dress? And also, I had to put stockings on because it's so bloody cold. Imagine trying to squeeze into all of that. No, could have done it in the van, but cabins made it a little bit easier. So after getting scrubbed up, we headed off into the city centre for the opening night of my daughter's joint art exhibition, and it was so great to be able to spend some time having a look around and just enjoying that with her. It really made the trip in worthwhile.